Welcome to Module 4, Lesson 12. So, today we're going to be going into more about how to answer questions regarding area in word problem format. So, just because, once again, I've mentioned this before, it's just kind of difficult to write an entire word problem on the board, and just saying it verbally sometimes doesn't quite stick quite as well as reading. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of problems from the actual problem set. So on page 213, if you want to pause right now and turn to that real quick, you can go ahead and do these with me. So I'm not going to do all of them, I'm just going to do a couple of them, but I'll go ahead and start with the very first one. Number 1 says, each side of a sticky note measures 9 centimeters. What is the area of the sticky note? Now, going off of this, you're finding the area. It asks, what is the area? And as a reminder, area is width times height. It is how wide something is versus how high it is, or it's how tall it is. And that will give you the area, and it's usually squared. Put area squared. Anyways, get the idea. Now, going off of that, it seems like we're only giving one side. So I'll read that again. It just says each side on a sticky note measures 9 centimeters. So we know that one side is 9 centimeters. So going off of that, my question to you is, well, how do we solve this problem? It's only given us one. It's only given us one side to work with. How do we solve it then? Well, right now you might be like, well, I can't. I only have one side. And this is where I'm going to remind it's very important to read the entire question in full and know what everything in it's asking. So once again, it says each side on a sticky note. Each side. Is it saying one side or each? And what does each mean? Each means every single one of them. So if I had a shape here and every single side or each side was 9 centimeters, we'd have something that looks like this. So how do you solve this? You do how wide it is versus how tall it is. So it is 9 tall, or 9 is its height, times 9 as its width. Now, once again, I'm going to ask this question. Why don't we do 9 times 9 times 9 times 9? Because we only need one side multiplied by another side. That's all we need. Because technically you could multiply this one and this one, or that one and that one, or that one and that one. You can do that. But typically, when given a regular shape like this, you typically just go, it's kind of typical you use these two angles right here, or sides. So you do 9 times 9, you can do the fun little 9 trick, and you can get the answer is 81. Now, scholars, my question is 81 what? 81, is it just 81 centimeters? No, it's not just centimeters. Since we're doing area, it is square centimeters. Now, remember, that's a very important part right there, is that when you're finding area, when you solve it, it's squared. And you'll kind of learn a little bit more what that means as you continue forward in math and what squared means or cubed and what all those things. But basically it's saying you take two sides and you're multiplying together. Cubed would be 3, and once you get to that point, you'll know what that means. So, going off that, you've already found your answer for this one. You could draw a shape like this. 9 times 9 equals 81 square centimeters. So there's question 1. Now, number 2, A and B are kind of the same, but we're going to go ahead and do just one of these, and we'll go ahead and flip the page over to the next one. You can finish that one on your own. So 2 says, Stacy tiles the rectangle below using her square pattern blocks. You have your image of that. It's a 3x4. So I'll just go ahead and draw kind of the shape generally up here that it is showing. So it is 3 by 4, like that. Now, first question is, find the area of Stacy's rectangle in square units. So, solve it. Then, draw and label a different rectangle with whole number side lengths that has the same area. Now, going over this, just break it up. It's asking two things. 1, solve it. What is the area of this? Well, how tall is it? It's 3. How long? It's 4. So we do 3 times 4. And what unit are we in? It says square units, so it's just units. So 3 times 4, go 3, 6, 9, 12. 12 square units for that one. So you've answered half the problem now. And now it's asking, draw another shape using whole numbers. Whole numbers are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically any number that's not like 1.5. So just keep that in mind. So any normal number that has the same area. And if you remember, the only thing you need to worry about is this. All you need to do is make the answer 12. So we've already answered one half of it. And so I'm going to keep the 3 times 4 down here because that is the equation that we used before. So can we have a shape that is a 3 by 4 or 3 times 4 to solve this? No, because the question asks us specifically something different, a different shape, a different rectangle, square, whatever. So I can't do 3 times 4 again because that's already used. And I'm even going to say this, yes, cumulatively you could do 4 times 3, but I'm going to push you a little here. Try not to do 4 times 3 because basically it's just the same thing, just turned on its side. So you have to do what times what equals 12 square units. And typically if you find one, you'll find the other. But as a reminder, one way you can do this is just go down the line. Do a number and say, can I multiply this by something to equal 12? So what you can do is just go 1. Does 1 by anything work? Yes? No? Well, you can skip count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 19, 11, 12. So it works, which means 12 is another option over there. Just so I know, 2. Just skip count by 2. See if that works. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It works. Does 3 work? Yes, we already did that one. 4, yep, it works. 5, 5, 10, 15, doesn't hit 12. 6, 6, 12, so that one works. So we've already used 3 and 4, which means we have 2 other options we can do here. And now, a little trick here. The ends go together, and 1 step in go together, and then 2 steps in go together. So 3 and 4 go together. 2 and 6, 1 and 12. So what I could do is I could draw a 1 by 12 and say 1 times 12 equals equal to 12. Or you can do a 2 by 6 and do 2 times 6. So there's more than one answer here. And after you get that down, if you pay attention, you'll notice that you can probably do A and B simultaneously here. Now, we'll do one more problem real quick. And let's go ahead and let's do number 5. Let's do just the very, very last one on that one. This one says, Jermaine glues 3 identical pieces of paper as shown below and makes a square. Find the unknown side length of 1 piece of paper. Then find the total area of 2 pieces of paper. This one is more of those complex problems where you really need to think. Because not all of the information is directly given to you, but you can find all that information. So, just visually, I'm going to go ahead and draw that for you. We have something that appears to be a square. It is 9 centimeters here, 9 centimeters here, and it's cut into parts like this. And the question is asking from here to here, what is that? How many centimeters is that? Now, the important part here is that it says 3 identical. Identical is just a fancy word for even or the same, which means this is the same size as that, which is the same size as that. So if the entire thing, top to bottom, is 9, if I took 9 and I split it evenly into 3 even groups, how many would be in each group? Other words, I'm doing 9 divided by 3 groups equals how many in each group. And once again, 9 divided by 3, not sure how to do that. You can do it backwards. What times 3 equals 9? 3, 6, 9. Look at that. It's 3. Right there. So I know that this blank spot is 3 centimeters. Now, let's go look back at our question again and make sure we've answered all of it. Because sometimes that's a thing that's missed. Somebody like, oh, we're done. Move on. Let's see. So Jermaine glues 3 identical pieces of paper as shown below to make a square. No question asked yet, but we agree. Find the unknown side length of 1 piece of paper. We just did that. Then find the total area of 2 pieces of paper. So now it's saying, find the area of 2 of these. It doesn't really matter which two it is. You could choose this one and this one, this one and this one, that one and that one. But just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to use these bottom two here. So I'm finding the area of this entire shaded in red area here. Now, once again, I'm not going to shade in perfectly, but you get the idea. The insides of both of those strips are what we are solving for, which once again goes to Mr. Luthi. I don't know the answer to this. You're right, not yet. But can we use our information that we just deduced in the previous half of this question to help with this one? We know that these three are the exact same size and exact same length. So if I know that this is 3, how long is this? Well, this would be 3. And how long is this one? That one is also 3. So if I put those two together, you get 6. Okay, sweet. Now I know one of the side lengths. But how about the bottom here, or the top one right there? Because you need two opposite, not opposite, but two sides that are not opposite each other to determine this, right? Hey, didn't we talk about something earlier about how in a rectangle, opposites are the exact same? So if this is 9, this is a square, first of all, so I already know that this bottom one's 9. But which means this one's 9, and that one's 9, so on and so forth. So I know, in order to solve this one, I would be doing 9 by 6. So 9 times 6 would give you the area of the shaded in section, or the two pieces. And you can do the quick trick for that, or skip count by 9 6 times, or 6 9 times. You get the answer of 54. So 54 square, make sure I actually write square, centimeters. Now, once again, the biggest thing to remember, and I say this about every single word problem, know what you're looking for. Make sure you're answering everything that the question's asking, because that is a very, very, very common mistake, is that you'll answer part of the question, but not all of it. Now, if you just read the second half and says, find the total area of the two slips of paper, and you haven't done the first one of how long is just 1, you might be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I am confused. I don't have enough information. Well, you're right. You haven't solved step 1. If you want to get to step 2, you need to do step 1 first. So just kind of remember that. Make sure you go through the problem, step 1, step 2, and step 3, and make sure you do all the steps that you need. Anyways, that being said, we kind of went through a little quickly here, but a lot of it is just kind of going through that practice. Anyways, hopefully this wasn't too confusing, and I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day.